They say mirrors never lie. But what if they whispered a truth about yourself that you never knew existed? Mara Collens was 32 years old. She lived alone in a small apartment in the city center. Her morning routine was always the same. Alarm, shower, coffee, mirror, the bathroom mirror, the full-length mirror in the hallway, the rusty metal doors of the elevator, the glass facade of the office building. Every day she saw herself in these surfaces, and every day her reflection smiled back at her. But this morning was different, because Mara was not smiling. When she looked into the bathroom sink mirror, her reflection seemed to respond half a second late. At least, that's how it felt. When she raised her hand, the hand across from her moved a heartbeat later. Maybe she imagined it. Maybe it was the lack of sleep. Mara hadn't been sleeping well lately. It wasn't dreams that were the problem. She didn't even have dreams. Just emptiness. Deep, silent, familiar emptiness. Like someone was watching her in the dark. On her way to work, a woman sitting across from her on the subway had been staring. For a long time, uncomfortably. When Mara looked away, the woman was still staring. Then the train stopped at a station, and the woman got off. But before she left, she glanced over her shoulder one more time, and her lips moved slightly. "Do you remember?" she seemed to ask. Or maybe Mara imagined it. At the office, when her computer screen went dark, Mara saw her reflection. But this time, it wasn't looking directly at her. Its head was slightly turned, as if something was behind her. Mara turned round. Nothing. When she looked back at the screen, the reflection had returned to its usual position. That evening, returning home, the apartment felt quieter than usual. Even the hum of the air conditioner had stopped. Only her own breathing. And something else. She stopped in the hallway. The full-length mirror was there, in its usual place. But this time, Mara didn't want to look. A voice inside told her not to, but she did. The reflection was there. Same clothes, same posture, same tired expression. But the eyes were different, deeper, empty, and knowing. Mara took a step. The reflection mirrored her. Mara recoiled. The reflection recoiled. Then Mara stopped, and the reflection took a step forward. Her heart raced. She backed away from the mirror and went to the kitchen. She leaned on the sink and took deep breaths, turned on the cold water, splashed her face, again and again. When she looked up, her reflection in the kitchen window was crying. But Mara's eyes were dry. That night, she couldn't sleep. Lying on her side, staring at the dark ceiling, the street lamp's light through the window cast strange shadows across the walls. Then she remembered, or thought she did, a small room, white walls. There seemed to be 2 beds, and someone was singing to her. A sweet, familiar voice. A sister's voice. No, Mara didn't have a sister. Never had. But the voice. Time for sleep. Time for sleep. The sky has darkened. While you sleep, I wake. When you leave, The song cut off. Mara sat up, sweaty, heart racing. No one was in the room. But the voice. It was still in her head. She got up to go to the bathroom. She tried to avoid the mirror, but it was impossible. The bathroom mirror was there, and in it, her reflection was smiling. Not a real, genuine smile. A sad, longing one, but also angry. Her lips moved. Why did you forget? The voice, was it in her head, or coming from the mirror? Mara couldn't tell. The next day, she didn't go to work. Instead, she started searching for old childhood photos. She tried calling her mother, but there was no answer. Her father's number didn't work. She couldn't even remember the last time she'd spoken to them. On the top shelf of the closet, she found an old box. Inside were photos, most of them blurry, faded, but one caught her attention. 2 little girls, both wearing the same dress, both smiling at the camera, holding hands. Mara's hands shook as she held the photo. The girl on the right was her, but the one on the left, who was that? On the back, written in faint ink, M&M, last day, 1998, last day. Mara dropped the photo. Her breath caught. Around the room, mirrors reflected something strange. Closet mirror, window glass, phone screen. Everywhere, she saw them. 2 figures, same but different, together yet separate. And then she remembered. Maya. Her name was Maya, her twin sister. When they were little, they held hands, sang the same songs, played with the same toys. But one day, what happened that day? Her head ached. Memories were fragmented. Lake, cold water, screams, and then silence. Maya had drowned, or had Mara? She wasn't sure. Her family never spoke of Maya after that. The photos were put away. Her name was forbidden, and over time, Mara had forgotten to, but Maya hadn't forgotten. Now, Mara looked into every mirror. In all of them, Maya was there. No longer a reflection, a separate presence. Tracing the glass from the inside, eyes locked on Mara. Her lips moved slowly. I never left. You did. Mara backed away, turned on all the lights. But in the darkness, the mirrors were worse. In the light, Maya was clearer, more real. The phone rang. Her mother. Mara. Why are you calling, sweetie? Mom, Maya. Who? Mom, please. Maya, my twin sister. Mara, you're tired. You don't have a sister. Never did. Maybe you should get some sleep. The call ended. Mara threw the phone. The screen cracked, but through the cracks, Maya's face was still visible. Smiling, she went to the bathroom mirror. Maya was there. She wanted to strike the glass, but couldn't. Maya's hand did the same. Opposite sides, they met. Cold, so cold. I'm back, Maya said, her voice inside Mara's head. And now, it's time for a change. The mirror cracked. The crack spread. Glass shards fell, and from behind the glass, a hand reached out, real cold, pale, wet. Maya stepped through. Mara wanted to scream, but no sound came out. When Maya fully emerged, they were face to face. Same height, same face, but Maya's eyes empty. Now it's my turn, Maya said. And then she pushed Mara. Mara fell backward, but didn't hit the floor. Cold surface. Glass. She was inside. The mirror, outside. Maya wore her clothes, adjusted her hair, smiled. Mara punched the glass, screaming, but no one could hear her. She moved away from the mirrors, stepped into the hallway. But mirrors were everywhere. On walls, ceiling, floor, and in all of them, Maya. You're not real, Mara whispered. You're just but. Maya was coming, in every mirror, every reflection. I'm inside you, Maya said. I always have been. Because you are the one who killed me. Mara collapsed to her knees. She remembered everything. The lake, the red inflatable vest, Maya's screams, and then silence. It was only a game. But Maya didn't know how to swim. Mara hadn't helped her. Her family had rescued her, not Maya. And after that, no one ever spoke of her. Mara's mind knew the truth. Maya had never died, just forgotten. But the forgotten always return. Mara lifted her head. In every mirror around her, only Maya remained, and Maya was crying. I'm sorry, Mara whispered. Then her eyes closed, and never opened again. A week later, Mara Collins' body was found in her apartment. Death by natural causes, they assumed. Heart attack, stroke, maybe. But at her funeral, on the photo atop the closed casket, two little girls, holding hands, smiling. Mirrors never forget.